Hello, everyone. Welcome to Secrets of Saltmarsh. This is a Ghosts of Saltmarsh Patreon campaign. All the lovely people that you see here on the screen are Patreons. Shout out to all of our Patreons. Because of them, everything that we do here is made possible. All the one-shots, two-shots, three-shots, marathons that we run on this channel. If you are interested in more information on what you could get for being a Patreon, please check out the link in chat. We also have a YouTube. You can find all the previous episodes of Secrets of Saltmarsh and our other campaigns over there as well at Stelluna TV. If you would like to interact with this game, there are a couple of ways you can do so. You can hang out and redeem channel points for free to grant a blessing or a reroll die to the player of your choice. Or if you want to add an element of fate to the narrative, every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. Good things, bad things, spicy things, all the things under the sun. Let's jump right into it. First, we're going to reintroduce everyone at the table, and then I'll give a recap of where we left off. Let's start with Igneal. Hi.
Hello, everybody. My name is Igneal. I play Astra Deidra, who is a Shadar Twilight Cleric. He is trying to find a way to break the curse of that plagued the Shadarkai and tie them to the plane of shadow.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, Geek Dice is no longer able to play with us because of some work stuff, so we will be looking for someone to fill his spot, but we miss him very, very much. And right now we're picking up KB and putting him safely onto the Sea Lily where he is out of harm's way. We'll move on to Godfather Wraith. Hi.
Hey, I'm Godfather Wraith 3_ESG. You can just call me Godfather, Wraith, Tim, pretty much anything you want except late for dinner. I play Garen. He's a human rogue, really nondescript, and tries his best to go unnoticed, and apparently does pretty well most of the time. And he's also really good at making things dead.
Very, very true. Speaking of making things dead, thank you so much, Godfather Wraith, for the draw for everyone. What a spicy way to come back to the game. We'll start off with you as the troublemaker. Please tell me when to stop. Because you're drawing the first card, anything is possible.
How about stop? Oh, that's always a bad sound.
Igneal.
Stop.
Ooh, okay. John.
Stop.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. And then Finn.
Oh boy, we get to do this again, huh? Stop.
Okay. And then one for me. I'll stop right now.
Yay.
Ooh, oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Also, since we're doing cards, refresh.
I got it. I got the cards.
But I did too.
Oh. All right, I'll cancel and refresh.
Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. We'll hop on over to Andicarus.
Hello, I'm John, also known as Andicarus on the internet, and I play Pole of Ammonfort in this game. He is a somewhat streetwise waif who's become an adventurer in the company of these fine sailors, and he's currently surrounded by actual street waifs who have yet to become adventurers, but he's sure that they'll be well on their way after he's through with them.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And last but certainly not least, and definitely not least, don't say it zombie. Zombie.
You'll never let me be least. Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. Whatever your name set to call me, I'm the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I'm probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. Today I play Finn Coulson, Ranger Researcher, who's going through all sorts of different things with the undead and such. I have a buddy named Bims, who actually is right over here. He's still over here after all this time. Did not plan this. He's still here. Hooray. You can find me on Twitter and on Blue Sky, Zombie Fighter 89. Whatever of those two websites you prefer, I'm there. At both those websites, there is a pinned notification, and on there is a Google Doc sheet. On that Google Doc sheet is all of the different work that I've done through D&D stuff, through compilations of different things, which I think some of the compilations are D&D, but others are like when Stella played RE and Destiny and all that stuff, fun stuff. You can go and check that out. If that is anything you're interested in, or you know anybody that is interested in it, I am available for hire and would love to do some awesome work for you, because I think I do a pretty darn good job. Oh, I also do the promo videos for each and every one of these Patreon episodes, because it keeps my skills sharp, and I really like enjoying doing that.
Thank you very much. Much, much, much appreciated. All right, recapping what happened last time. Essentially, the party got split 3 different ways. The various alleyways have twisted and turned, serving as a difficult terrain to navigate as the group of you made your way back to the Sea Lily, escorting Master Refram to a place where he might be safe for now. So, leaving him on the Sea Lily with KB, you have decided to check out the market. On the way to the market, Finn, Azra, and Quick were separated from Garen and Ella. You found yourselves the targets of a mugging, and we are still in the heat of this combat. Let me take you back over to the fray, and we will pick up where we left off.
I don't want to go back.
All right.
The battle was just a dream, thank goodness.
Not quite that easy.
Darn it.
The last thing you see is this priest who had came out of nowhere. Azra, you noticed that from their neck was suspended a circle of jewels, much like something that you own yourself, that is reminiscent of being a servant of Celestian. They had cast a spell, and being struck by these thugs, fell down unconscious and is currently on the ground. You aren't sure if they are alive, but that is unfortunately their turn. Moving on, it is now the leaders, supposedly, of this group of bandits, these ne'er-do-wells, that are going to go next. This one here, flanking Finn, attempts to attack you, raising a longsword with both hands. Oof, that is a 20. A dirty 20. They bring down this longsword, cross your back as you're distracted, and you take 14 slashing damage. They unfortunately make 2 attacks. And a 26 on the second attack. They whirl it around over their head, and they smack you across the back with an additional 9 damage. How are you looking right now?
Oh, well, first of all, I don't remember how it happened because it's been a minute, but thank you so much for the temporary hit points.
I got you.
That basically ate up all but 1 hit point for that. Quick math, hold on. 14 plus 9, 23, so I'm still up. Boom. I think I did it right.
Okay. That is going to be their turn. This mercenary here towards the south is going to lift up their heavy crossbow and aim it at Quick. That is a crit. You see, they take a deadly aim at our Kenku warrior friend, and you hear a as a heavy bolt smashes into the side of your companion. Quick gives a growl of a sound, a guttural cawing, distorted by... I think this is the first time you've ever heard Quick make a noise. You get the sense that there's something about his vocal cords. He makes a sound that is supernatural and unearthly. A wail of pain that howls. This guy here, number 4, is going to move closer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And is actually going to take aim at people who are running forward, approaching the scene. Namely, Garen and Ella.
No.
I told Ella to take cover.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Ella is a non-combatant, so she, as soon as you said something, ducks behind and is literally not a target here. The bandit here is going to attempt to lift a heavy crossbow and point at you with a 12. You definitely step out of the way, no problem whatsoever. Much closer to you, almost in the synchronization, strides forward and draws out their longsword. The movement is quick, so they only have it in one hand. First attack is a 15. They swing a bit too wide, and you dive back. And the second attack is a natural 1 into a 6. Easily, you are able to outmaneuver this attack. That is going to be it for the veterans. It is now your turn, Garen. What do you want to do?
All right. Garen's gonna disengage and make his way over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then take a shot at number 2 here.
Okay. All right.
27.
27 will definitely hit. You can see that this individual is wearing a smattering of metal that is sort of cobbled together as a sort of mail armor, but you're absolutely able to pinpoint a point of attack that just hits the crux of between these makeshift plates. That is going to be a lot of
31.
fucking damage. Holy shit. 31 damage. You hit a vital spot and you can see blood gushing from their wound. They immediately drop the longsword that they are holding. They are disarmed. Anything else for you?
No, because the disengage was my bonus action, so I'm done.
All right. It is now the thug's turn. The one that had just attacked this priest wheels around to you, Azra, and will attempt to strike you. They lift up a mace. That is a crit. They hit you for 6 damage as they lift up this blunt object and smack you across the shoulder. You feel pain rippling out. And they do a backswing with their multi-attack. Or another one, and does a 17 hit you?
Miss 20
Okay.
AC.
The other one is a little too heavy-handed and telegraphed. You're easily able to avoid the blow. Down here, we see one of the thugs beginning to move forward towards our dear Finn and attempts to make an attack. Unfortunately, they do have pack tactics, so they get advantage.
No.
So that is going to be a crit. For 5 damage, it's not too much.
Alright.
You almost don't see this thug sneaking up behind you, and they hit you across the side of your chest with the heavy mace. And then go for another attack. A 16 is a miss.
Beats meats.
Oh, okay. It isn't a miss. You take another 7 bludgeoning damage as they go whack, whack, hitting you with this assault of heavy weaponry.
Okay, so that's 5. Oh, hold on. So wait, that was 5 and 7?
Hmm.
Okay.
Wisdom save. Okay. Yes. Spirit Guardians. Okay. That is a natural 20 on the save from the thug here. Can you remind us, Azra, what your Spirit Guardians looks like as it's activated here?
Yes. So in his Twilight Sanctuary, is like these. Normally, there's these floats. There's these light floating around. The light is dim, kind of like small stars, and all shadows are banished, but Asra's. and currently Astra's shadow is extended, and 3 shadows are outstretched on it, and 3 different warriors are fighting near him, jumping around, teleporting through the shadows, and slashing, hitting with shield bashing, and shooting shadow hand crossbows.
Love
Does
that.
one of them look like Garen?
Oh,
Hmm.
And I believe it's 3d8.
Okay. All right, 10 damage. Very good. Where did the thug go? This thug comes striding forward to Quick and attempts to make an attack. 13 is a miss, and an 8 is a miss. You see that Quick is swift to recover. He shakes off the attack that he previously endured, seeing the thug and meeting them eye to eye, turning around, rapiers in both hands as they fend off this attack without a hitch. This thug down here is going to lift up their crossbow and shoot at Finn. 17 is a hit. You take 4 piercing damage as thunk.
2, 3.
You see this bolt hit you in the side. Next is going to be Astra. As I fix the cameras because my phone might have died.
No.
Oh no!
Okay,
Oh no.
please tell me what you would like to do for your turn.
Does the one that dropped the sword look like they're about to run?
No, they do not.
Okay. Then I will cast Inflict Wounds. At first level. I should be actually doing it from here. There it is.
All right, 26 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll me some damage here. 15 necrotic damage. What does this look like as you take this individual out?
You see once more Astra's shadow kind of stretched up his body and on his hand, and his fingernails extend in like this shadow clawed gauntlet as he looks at this figure, and he says, "You should have never tried to mug us. You have made the big mistake today." As he plunges his hand through his chest and pulls it out.
There's gore and viscera as you retract your fist, and they crumple down to the ground. Asking for a friend who's taken a lot of damage this round. They get temporary HP at the end of their turns from your aura?
Yes.
Okay.
They will get, if you end your turn in my aura, you get 1d6 plus 10. And I will, since they're dead now, I'm gonna be moving over to get as many people in this aura as I can.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
Excellent. So please go ahead and roll that HP for Finn. Oh, it'll be at the end of Finn's turn, right?
If
Yeah.
his turn, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and
But I will roll it for myself.
Okay, yeah.
14, my temporary HP gets re-upped.
There we go.
Very good. Okay. Speaking of Finn, it is now your turn.
Yay! I'm using this.
Horde Breaker. Okay. So what you're gonna do here is choose a target and try
I'm
to hit
choosing.
them.
I'm choosing 3 because 3 hurt me the most.
Okay.
So I'm going 3.
All right. This individual with the long sword, double fisted. Go ahead and roll to attack here.
Oh, that hurts. You're gonna feel some pain though, buddy, aren't you? Please feel pain. 14.
Okay, a 14 is unfortunately a miss. You see
No.
that as you're swinging your great club, they lift up the sword and there is a clash of the weapons. You are able to make another attack if you like, because you're high enough level.
Hooray. Yeah. Doesn't with Hordebreaker. Then 5 feet. Oh, okay. No, okay. I thought for some reason
yeah,
I
it
got
doesn't have to hit.
Yeah.
It says when you make a weapon attack, which you did, you can make another attack with the same weapon against another creature. So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll, and I'm assuming you're gonna try to hit the thug.
4. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit 4. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and attack again. 21.
21, please.
Absolutely hits.
Yay.
After you pull your weapon back from this clash with the veteran, you swing it around and you smack the thug in the side of their head. Ooh!
Mm-hmm.
You take 7 bludgeoning damage here. So that's
I'll take
technically one attack. You still have another attack if you want.
Yep. And the other one will be going to 3 because I want to try and hit 3.
Okay. You double your efforts.
Nope.
A 12, unfortunately, is another miss. You get the sense that this individual is extremely experienced. They anticipate your attack and they manage to dissuade it. Anything else for your turn?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that'll probably make it even angrier at me, but at this point it's almost tried to kill me, so it's fine, I don't care. My bonus action, I'm going to use Hunter's Mark and throw it in their eyes.
Okay. You move your hunter's mark over here.
Yep. I had it on someone, I think they've already been...
Yeah, they
gone,
died.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Have
Then I'll
been
just move it.
slain. Okay, very good. It is Quick's turn.
Temp HP, please.
Oh yes, please roll the temp HP.
I do.
Quick will pick up what you're putting down, and then try to hit the same target.
Nice.
$18 is a hit, and a natural 20 with a 25. So they take a total of 28 piercing damage. You see Quick with a flourish cuts the air, and this individual looks like they are bleeding out profusely and quickly at the end of Quick's turn. This priest here seems to be stabilized, but they are not moving. Alright, it is now the veteran's turn. You see that this individual here that suffered the mighty attack from Garen is going to not attempt to pick up their sword, but instead pulls their heavy crossbow off of their back and will attempt to shoot you. See, as
Nope.
they line up the shot, boonk, the bolt goes very far into the bushes with their 5. Then they begin the chunky, unwieldy reloading of their weapon. This individual here that was attacking Finn is
Wisdom saving throw, beginning of his turn, just in case he dies.
Yeah, yep. Perfect. Okay. Wisdom saving throw 13.
Fail. And I checked the log. It was actually cast at a 4th level, so it's 4d8.
Okay, very good. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
16.
That's more than enough. You see that they begin to move as if they're going to flee the area. What does it look like when your spirit guardian takes them out?
They actually team up. One of them appears right in front of him with a shield. As he turns around to flee, shield slams him, and then the other one with the sword teleports right behind him, leans down and impales him as he's getting pushed back, and pulls it out. His
There's-
teams are very well trained and in working together.
There's a wet, meaty sound as they collapse to the ground. This veteran here is going to lift up their crossbow and attempt to shoot Asra. 13.
I shield slam it out of the way.
You hear the metallic clink and thud against the shield there. This veteran here is also going to attempt to shoot you. The 17.
I sidestep out of the way.
It lands harmlessly into the grass behind you. All right, I believe that's all of them. It is now Garen's turn.
All right. Garen probably would have watched the crossbow bolt from number 2 kind of go wide. He just smirks, shakes his head, and then takes aim and gives himself advantage with steady aim.
Okay.
Get the character sheet back up. So, 26.
That is a hit. All right. For 30 damage. Tell me what this looks like.
Oh, Garen gets his characteristic shot. He lines it right up, aims in, looses, and the arrow flies straight into the guy's eye as he looks up to try to keep an eye on Garen while reloading.
There isn't even a sound as this individual collapses backwards and the heavy crossbow rolls out of their hand. Anything else for your turn?
I don't know if Garen's in a position where he can do it, but he's going to try to hide.
Okay, yeah.
May as well.
Yeah, there are a number of bushes around, so you could potentially hide.
28.
28. Okay, you get the sense that you're probably decently hidden, but you're not sure. Okay. It's now the thugs' turns. This individual here starts their turn in your aura.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 11.
Fail for D8. 15.
15. They take a number of bolts and slashes from your spirit guardians. They are going to attempt to brace through them and barrel forward and try to hit you from behind with their mace. You're not flanked, or the pack tactics does not work here. So they attempt to attack you with a 17.
Miss.
And a 6. I imagine their approach is very clumsy and telegraphed. You hear them coming and you're able to ward them away, no problem. This individual here off to the side will lift up their heavy crossbow and try to shoot you. An 8. The bolt goes wide. This thug here starts their turn with some saving throw. A 4. They fail.
14.
You take 14 damage here. Cuts and piercing, magical piercing striking them as they also attempt to push forward. Mace attack 13, the miss, and a 20, a dirty 20.
Just hits.
You see them suffering this barrage of attacks, and they manage to, with determination, break through your defenses, doing 4 bludgeoning damage as they literally push through your shield and hit your side with their weapon.
And I believe I owe you a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Success.
15, that is a success. This thug here that is flanking you is going to attempt to attack. Oh, is starting their turn, so let me do wisdom saving throw. Natural 20.
Half damage
Okay.
of 18, 9.
So 9 damage. Very good. It's going to continue their onslaught to take down Finn. Mace, 21. 12.
So the 21 does hit. However, the temporary points, does it roll after my turn, or do I take the one that you rolled earlier, the 14?
No, at the end of your turn,
Okay.
you get, if you end your turn in my aura, you get 1d6 plus 10.
Okay. Do I roll that?
Normally I've been rolling it, but we can have you guys roll too.
Okay, I did. There wasn't a roll that happened, so I wasn't sure if I was taking. I was confused if I was taking yours. after
We'll
my
just
turn or not.
we'll just have Asra roll. That way, it's not confusing, and
Okay.
we'll just be consistent. So
That way I
please-
can take the damage and
Yeah,
let's see
yeah,
what-
yeah. Yeah. So please roll the temp HP for Finn.
Oh, my apologies. I forgot to roll in your turn.
It's okay.
No worries.
15,
Okay.
almost max.
15.
I'll
15
take it.
so good. Okay. So
What-
even though this
Yeah.
attack lands, it doesn't seem to go as hard as you would have suspected, as it eats up 4 of your temporary hit points.
There we go. I got
This
it.
thug down here is going to attempt to shoot you, though. So let's see if we get rid of those.
Nope,
Okay,
doesn't hit.
does not hit with a 12. All right, that's going to be their turn.
Yay.
Before we go to Astra's turn, meanwhile, somewhere in the backwater, boggy, swampy, stinky bumhole of the skies, we see Pole, and he is surrounded by a number of children. Biggest of them raises up his hands. You know this to be Dodge, their supposed leader. The Lantern Ghost Killer is a fish man. Half man, half fish. Can breathe underwater, can breathe on land. That's why they haven't caught him. There was some rumor that they found somebody that was supposedly the murderer and they hung him immediately, but we know it wasn't the Lantern Ghost Killer.
How do you know? Have you seen him?
He looks side-eye over to the other children. They're wide-eyed and curious as they're looking between you and their leader. Yeah, I have. Go ahead and roll me an insight check. Seven. You are pretty confident that he's lying, but you aren't sure if maybe it's a shade of truth. Maybe it's not a complete lie. One of the other children pipes up. I heard that the Lantern Ghost Killer is working with Thornwell. Then they look over to you and whisper, Thornwell is a mage. We've heard rumors that someone tried to rob her house and they had their fingers burnt off. And it makes sense. That's why the Lantern Ghost Killer has been able to escape every time. Got a mage friend.
It's pretty cool. So, a fish man who's got a mage for a friend is going around killing people. Do you know why?
It's because they've got a hag. And you see one of the other children who has literal whiskers drawn onto their face, probably with a bit of charcoal. They have this sort of like large bag-like hat that gives them a mousy appearance almost. A hospital. Anybody who goes to it, they go missing. We know that she's a hag. The lady that runs the place. She's in charge.
Which hospital is this? Where is it?
You see this individual kind of wrinkle their nose, a bit unsure, and looks at Dodge. Dodge holds his arms in front of his chest. Well, there's a Hope Never hospital. I don't know if she's actually a hag. That's just a rumor. No, it's true! I've seen her.
My friends have met a sea hag before. Is that what she is? Do you smell of seaweed?
She
Green
smells like
skin?
dead things.
Not the same kind then, I guess.
No. Maybe not. The only seaweed that you'll get around here is at the docks.
Alright. So, this hag lady that runs the hospital, that does nothing to do with the Lantern Killer. It's just like another thing to know.
The one with the whiskers pipes up. No, I'm saying that she's the leader. They're all taking orders from her.
She's the leader, and the Lantern Killer Fishman
Yeah,
and his friend the Mage
yeah.
are in cahoots with this with this hag lady.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. All right.
See the youngest of them who has this blue hat made out of yarn with a small green, almost like leaf or sprout coming out of the side of it. This yarn cap leans up and whispers into your ear. They say, "The smelly man visits the doctor all the time and also visits Mr. Dory a lot."
Who's Mr. Dory?
As you say that out loud, Dodge flicks his nose. "Mr. Dory is one of the council people that run this place. He's a bad man. He has this big
What's bad about him?
warehouse. Oh,
Mhm.
everything. He smells bad. He looks ugly. Ugh. His warehouse will always hear the sound of dogs from inside. Big, nasty dogs.
Nasty dogs. You ever seen the dogs? They ever come out?
No, they're always inside. They never come out. We've never gone in. We know that much."
Are there any windows? Can you take a look?
They look at each other. We tried, but we're too short. See the one with whiskers say, "We tried to stand on each other's shoulders and it didn't really work out."
Takes a lot of practice to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a lot of information, guys. That's great.
See the quiet one, the little one, pull on your sleeve again. Tries to lean up to your ear.
All right, I'll lead down so it's easier for him.
"If you need help, you can try to talk to Constable Jute. She's really nice. She's been really nice to all the kids."
For Jute, right?
Why are you wondering about the Lantern Ghost Killer anyway?
Well, you see, the fellow that got killed because they thought he was a Lantern Ghost Killer, he's a friend of someone who needed our help. He told us he wasn't the right guy, so we want to catch the real one. Prove it wasn't him.
Your friend's right. It wasn't him. I heard that someone died the day after that he was taken out. Y'all saw him hanging. Dead as a
Heard that
doornail. Yeah. See the young
Alright.
one pull on your sleeve again and leans up.
Mhm.
"Are you staying with us for some time? You want to play?"
Well, I could play a little, but I gotta catch up with my friends. We're on an investigation, you know.
Pull on your sleeve again. "Can we help with your investigation?"
Well, you're already helping with all this information, but yeah, for sure you can help. The more help you give, the better it'll be for all of us. Make this place safer. Also, if you get me some good information, we have a really good cook on board the ship. Might be able to get you some really nice lunch.
As you say that, all of their faces light up. You see Dodge make some sort of hand gesture. They all immediately scamper away from you and they go into a huddle and you just hear whispered voices. Occasionally one of the children peeks up and looks at you and then disappears back into the huddle. "All right. We'll help you, but only on the terms that you give us a really good meal. If we are unsatisfied with the meal, then you have to give us your hat."
I'm pretty attached to this hat, but I don't think it will come to that. The cooking is amazing on the ship. But this goes both ways. I don't want to get no crap information from them. Made up little stories and stuff. You gotta tell me the real goods. This is a real serious mission. No joking around.
Looks down at his crewmates. Whiskers looks nonchalantly at the ground, kind of picking at a rock with his shoe, his toes poking out. Information's good. As good as it's gonna get on this side of the skies. I've got top tier informants. See the one with the sprout begins to pick their nose.
Right, well, I better go find me mates from the ship. Do you know where they are?
Is
Kind of.
it a lot that you were following?
Yeah, that's right.
It looked like they were headed towards the market.
All right, well, I'm gonna head towards the market. Anyone who wants to can come along.
See some
Gotta
of the
give them this
kids
information.
look back at each other, and then they all slap your arm and say, "Race you!" And they begin to run out of the bumhole. You see them knocking over pallets and some fabric falling loose, junk going flying as they rush out, all in a horde.
All right, I'll run just as fast.
Okay. Back in the fray. We start at the top of the turn order. Astra, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm waiting for the map to load back. See
Thanks.
who's near.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it didn't load up. Yep.
My
I was about to refresh, and I'm like, maybe it's me.
My bad. It's like, tell me what you want to do. Recall the map from memory.
Yes. I think I was
which
over
one?
here.
Which one of these individuals looks the most injured?
Definitely the one to your southeast.
Alrighty. Let's hit him with. We'll hit him with Call the Dead.
Okay.
Let's make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 19.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. They roll an 18. It's not enough.
Just barely.
Just barely.
Okay, that is 2d12 plus a 1d8 since a cantrip. The 2d12 is necrotic, the 1d8 is radiant.
Okay.
17 damage.
That is more than enough. What does this look like? What does it sound like?
You see Astra's free hand just form a small handbell form out of shadows and light, and he goes ding, 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 and looks at the enemy. I think it is time. I think the bell has tolled for you plenty of times today. It is time for you to die. As he hears the thing in his brain, he starts oozing out like a black ichor from his mouth and ears, and his eyes burn with radiant damage.
He has a horrific death as he collapses to the ground here. Anything else for your turn?
Let's see. It was that one that died?
It was this one that died.
That one. Okay, cool. Oh, perfect. No pack tactics for them. Let's see. Trying to see if I can maximize positioning. That'll be only 5. I'll stay here.
Okay, very good. Next, we've got Finn.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit number 4 with my Great Sword.
All right.
19?
19 is a hit.
Yay!
8 bludgeoning damage. You smack them with a bonk. Ugh, you hit them across the face and you see some teeth go flying. They're still up.
And Finn doing a little bit heavy breathing. He goes, maybe one more shot will do it. And I'll go for it again.
Okay, 21. 11 bludgeoning damage. How do you
Yes!
take them out?
So, as previously stated, he hit them, teeth goes flying. Maybe one more will hit. And then he, like, holds his bat up. He's like, I'm gonna make this one count. And he swings back and it hits him right in the jaw, so it goes like this, and knocks them just to the ground like that.
They fall
And
on
they
the
just lay
flat
down.
of their back, yeah.
Mhm.
Excellent. They are gone for the count. So the remaining enemies, there is one behind Asra. Otherwise, everyone else is at range currently.
That's yeah, you know what? I think I just might stay here because I can't do anything else.
Okay.
So I think I'll just stay here, and then depending on where they move, I'll just move it to them. Maybe if we get to 9 next round.
Yeah, sounds good. Pole, could you please roll initiative for me? You won't be in at this turn, but you'll be in the one after. Quick goes next. You see Quick run up towards this veteran here and will attempt to strike them. Rapier, that is a natural 1, a miss, and a 14. You see that Quick second attack does make contact, but it bounces off of their armor, unfortunately. All right, it is now the veteran's turn. They bring down the crossbow that they're holding and lift up the long sword, one-handed. 11 is a miss. 24 is a hit for 7 slashing damage across Quick's chest as they... This veteran here is going to attempt to crossbow Asra. 12 is a miss. They are going to skirmish over this way. That is the rest of them. Yeah. All right. It is now Garen's turn.
All right. So Garen is going to take a shot at number 7.
Okay. It's going to be the thug here behind Asra.
Yep. 21.
Okay. That is a hit. Oh my god. That's
Oh, wow.
so much damage. What the fuck? That is 28 damage.
Yeah. Well, hold on, because of assassinated, it hits a crit, so it was actually 56 damage.
56 damage, such overkill. Yeah, you absolutely decimate this person. You see that they're lifting up their mace as if they're going to strike Astra in the back, and you take them out. What does this look like?
Yep. So Garen's a little bit inside the bush, and the arrow flies out through the leaves. Probably drags one along with it a little ways, and then hits him straight in the back of the neck, and it actually punctures straight through, and blood blossoms out of his throat as the arrowhead shoots or pokes out of it, and then he falls dead.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Gonna reroll stealth.
Okay, 24. You feel like you are as hidden as possible here. It is a pretty urban, despite the map itself, it is a pretty urban area.
Right. Limited amount of shrubbery, but
Yeah.
Garen's doing his best, and apparently it worked.
It's a great workout for your glutes here as you're like crouching in the bush here. Yeah, absolutely toned. It is about this time that you all see entering the edge of perception here is a throng of children and Pole. You seem to be racing forward. Unfortunately, we're going to assume that you dashed here, and that is where your turn's going to end. But you'll have a full turn next round. Yeah, you just see a group of children and Pole. They seem to be racing.
All you ever do is make friends, huh?
This might not be the best place for your new friends over there.
It is now the thug's turn. We have 2 remaining. This one here is going to lift up their crossbow and attempt to hit Astra. 5 is a miss. This one at the south here is going to move forward, and we'll have pack tactics against Quick. Mace. 19 is... What was your AC, buddy? 18. 19 is a hit. You see that Quick takes a pretty heavy blow to the side and another attack. 14 is a miss, dodging out of the next one. It is now Astra's turn.
Who is the most injured out of everybody now?
They all appear to be healthy.
Alrighty.
Healthy-ish.
Finn is definitely the most injured.
Yeah, Finn is the most injured.
I turned to
I think
Finn.
he meant enemies.
It's
I
your
feel
time.
the bloodthirst.
Finn's always the most hurt.
True.
I'm gonna, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You're like, Finn, you're covered in the blood of your enemies. Finn's like, nope.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This is mine, actually.
I'm gonna run over here,
All right.
and let's try this time. Actually, I'll hit him with the Toll the Dead as well, Wisdom. These guys look like they're probably more dexterous than wise.
Which one are you targeting?
The one right in front
Okay.
of me.
Okay.
'Cause I
the
just
thug.
step with and just keep ringing the bell.
Bong. This is a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes.
17.
Fail.
All right.
Let's go. And that, since they have not taken any damage, it is a D8. It's 2D8.
Okay.
With 2D8 plus 1D8 radiant. 9.
9 damage. You see that they lift up one of their hands, covering one of their ears as fluid begins to leak out of it.
You all are not very smart. Most of your allies are already dead, and you keep yelling at us. What is going on with your head?
Anything else for you?
And that's it.
Okay. Finn, it is your turn.
Ray. I'm kind of thinking what to do. My original thought was to help with Quick, but we kind of need to hurt these other people too. Ezra's there, so screw it. I looked at my sheet. I can go 35 feet, so I can go right here. And then I'm going to attack number 4 with my Greek club.
All right. Yeah.
Ha! No, I'm not.
Natural one, unfortunately. I imagine, especially because there's just such a great distance that you've covered here, they're literally squaring up, preparing for you to come up. They put down the crossbow, they bring up their longsword, bring the great club, and it's extremely telegraphed, and they parry it.
Give me a second. I could do this. How about this one? Hi.
19. Okay, that is a hit. I like to imagine that this one, they're still anticipating it, but the sheer strength that you put behind it just breaks through their defenses. 7 bludgeoning damage as you hit them with your great club.
Also, have some glitter. He throws. I'm gonna put the
Okay.
rain hunter's mark. There we go.
Do you
I'll
want to
put
say
Hunter's
that
Mark.
you did that first? That way you can take the benefit of the damage?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay, so we'll say that you walked up, you did your hunter's mark, and then you attacked. So
No. Actually, can we flavor it a different way? Because I missed on the first one.
Okay.
Crit failed. So I failed. We did the parry. I'm like, I know what will work. Throw glitter in their eyes, then bonk them in the face.
Okay, yeah, he's like,
Fuck you,
"Ah!" It takes an additional 5 damage. Very good. Okay. It is now Quick's turn. He is unfortunately being flanked by the two of these. He is not undeterred. He will attempt to attack the individual to his south. Rapier, 14 and a 10 are both misses. That is his turn.
14 temporary HP to Quick.
Okay, very good. Thank you. See that they respond in turn. They take the longsword in two hands.
Wisdom save.
Yep, thank you. Some save. 19?
Just succeeds. Half damage.
Okay.
23 divided by 2,
It's gonna be 11. Still a sizable chunk of damage. Yeah, this guy does not look very good. He brings the longsword up and attempts to bring it down on Quick. Quick's AC is 18, I think. Yeah, 18. 17 will be a miss. But a 25 is a hit. Just 7 slashing damage to the temporary HP here. The other veteran, who is in front of Finn, is going to attempt to attack. Longsword! Oh, also a natural one. I like to imagine that they're trying to bring it down, but the glitter, they just can't blink through it. Ugh, what's this shit in my eyes? I can't see anything.
It's never gonna go away.
Oh, it stings! Why does it smell like pomegranate? And then a 15 is also a miss here. That's gonna be it for their turn. Garen.
All right.
You see a short distance from you, Pole, and a horde of children.
Yeah, out of fear of the children, Garen's going to stay quiet. And Garen's seen Finn take a lot of hits, so he's actually going to help him and shoot at number 4 with him.
Okay.
Because yes, that is still within range of his bow.
Yeah, 60 feet. 29 is a hit.
Oh, and if it hits, it crits, so that's 50 damage.
Super dead. The children, let's see, do any of them actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay.
Wow.
One of the children, we'll say it's Sprout, looks over, hearing rustling in the bush, looks over and makes eye contact with Garen as Garen lets off this arrow. Their eyes follow the arrow as it cuts across the battlefield and just unceremoniously claps this guy in the face, and he falls over. You see them point over at you, Garen. Look, the bush killed the guy. Anything else for your turn?
Good thing I didn't declare steady aim. Garen's going to try to stealthily move over here and roll stealth.
Okay. 24. Very good. Oh,
my
it's
gosh,
your
that's
turn.
3 times for stealth at 24.
Yeah. You lucky number.
I guess. Better than it being 4.
So, Paul, at the end of your jogging towards the market here, you see that there's a number of bodies strewn about. Your friends are in various states of bloodied or untouched. And there appears to be, most notably, a person wearing violet-colored robes off to the side, crumpled amongst the bodies. Otherwise, it's pretty clear that this is a mugging.
Can I tell which ones are the baddies?
Yes. As far as you can kind of tell, because they're attacking your friends, there are 2 individuals on Quick over here, and then there's one here that is just turning towards a group of you and is starting to raise their crossbow towards the children. And you. Probably you.
Oh, he's gonna shoot the children. That's the one I'm gonna pick on. And, yeah. We'll cast a polymorph on him.
Okay. Polymorph. You mind posting that into the chat?
So
Hey,
I'm
wisdom.
gonna turn him
saving
into a
throw.
bunny rabbit.
You rolled a natural one.
Bada bim.
A
Abracadabra.
rabbit token. There's no rabbit token. Bunny air. Yes. Bunny. Nope, that's not how you do that. There it is. Bunny rabbit. Cool. The pop. See that this grown man turns into a bunny rabbit.
Kids, if you want to help, grab that bunny rabbit by the ears and bring him over here.
Yay! They've all began running towards the bunny rabbit, and the bunny rabbit starts to run away in terror. Anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'll move a little closer to there, say.
Okay. You just see, because they're non-combatants, they're not ever going to be in any danger. They just start chasing the rabbit, and the rabbit is running away. Okay. It's now the thug's turn. We still have this one here that is flanking quick. Going to make a mace attack at advantage. 18 is a hit. 15 is a miss. Solidly thunk. Quick. And is going to take up the last of the HP here. And then...
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yes. Go. 10. That's a fail.
11.
11 damage. They look pretty messed up here. They're bleeding profusely from various new holes in their body. That is going to be their turn. Astra, it is your turn.
All right. Which one looks worse between these two?
Definitely
quick.
the thug.
The thug.
Yeah, the one that just attacked with the mace.
Astra just runs around this other one, gets to the thug, and then I will cast Secure Flame.
Ooh, okay. Dexterity saving throw. Rolled a 5. Fail.
3d8 radiant. Oh, 9.
9. There is a flame-like radiance that descends upon them. Ah! You see this burn scorch them, but they are still up.
And pass.
Okay. It's your turn. Person in front of you drops like a sack of potatoes.
An arrow out of nowhere. I wonder who the hell that would have been. He says this out loud, and then he walks over. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to number 6, I believe that's a 6. And
thug.
then the thug, yep. And then I'm gonna bonk it with my great club.
Okay.
That was a 20.
20 is a hit. 4 damage is enough. What does this look
Yay.
like?
I think that he's got a little bit more of momentum this time. Where before he kind of was running, and with that being a shorter distance than this run, he's not as tired, and he's able to kind of take a little bit better of the momentum and just kind of bonk it in the face, and just lets it kind of fall in front of him.
They fall with a dull thud.
Let's see. That was 20, right? 20 feet. Can I move that over there?
Yeah, you still have 15
Okay.
feet.
Okay, I figured as much. I know sometimes with turns and stuff, it's a little, wonky with the movement.
You can break up your movement. It's fine.
Okay. And then I've got one more bonk. I may as well try and bonk this one too.
Yeah. 22's a hit.
Finally!
Nice.
Nice.
Surrounded by enemies, you bring your great club bonk. And solid hit for 9 damage. Then you get 12 temp HP.
Yay!
Okay.
Cute.
It's Quick's turn, and they make a quick attack. Hyah! Hyah! A 11 and a 12 are both misses. It is now their turn. They are going to do a will save. 18.
Oh, just fails.
Okay.
48. 15.
That's more than enough. You see that they drop their weapon and look like they're about to run. Tell me what this looks like as they are taken out by these spirit guardians.
You see the shadow. The big burly shadow take his shield, throws it Captain America style, hits him in the back of the knee, slicing in it, makes him falls to the ground. You see the other one pop to the side, shoots him to the other side, flings him to the other side, and then the last shadow just cleanly cuts his head. All three like a triple combo.
A grievous way to go out. And as they fall, so comes the end of combat. You hear the laughter of children, maniacal and unhinged, as they chase this rabbit around this semi-urban area just outside of the marketplace.
I love the maniacal laughter of the children.
I was so concerned that it was at the deaths of all these people. I was like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" But then you continue with the rabbit chase.
Yeah.
You get the sense that these kids have had some fucked up lives. They don't even bat an eyeball to the number of bodies that are around.
They've seen some shit. Poor children.
Little concerning that this doesn't concern them.
Astra will quickly run at the cleric of
Yeah.
Celestian.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check here.
Perception. 23.
23. You immediately see, so they have some gray robes, like kind of like a cloak, really. They have a gray cloak over their robes, and underneath is the distinguishable violet of their rank. You can tell that this is a third circle Celestian priest. They are unconscious, and upon closer inspection now, you see that he appears to be human. And the amulet that hangs around his neck has 3 jewels embedded into it. What appears to be a ruby, I can't pronounce this, jacinth, and a topaz. With a 23, you're able to see, especially on closer look, that they aren't actually jewels, they are colored glass. And I believe as a follower of Celestian, you've been following Celestian for several years now, right?
Yes, it's been a few years.
You would know that this is pretty common, that not all clergy folk have access to precious jewels, and sometimes they substitute it with colored stones or colored glass. And it's usually only noble folk or more prestigious ranked people in the clergy that have access to the more precious materials. So this is probably someone who's been on the road, traveling, doing the good things in the name of Celestian.
Can I ascertain what's wrong with them?
You can see that they're just unconscious from their wounds. There's some bruising that's quite visible to be seen. They took quite a beating.
I will cure wounds them.
Okay.
Aaron's going to inspect the martyrs and see if there's any loot to be had from them.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I will healing word them.
Okay.
There we go.
Finn will be doing the same with the people around him as well.
Okay.
Looting and seeing if there's anything worthwhile.
Investigation or perception checks from the two of you.
8 HP.
Okay. You see, as you cast your healing word, that they begin to breathe a bit easier. Their eyes flutter open. They seem to be somewhat disoriented. Kind of get the sense that perhaps they're not a heavy combatant. They're not wearing armor. They didn't have a weapon, but they still came rushing towards you to try to help at the very least. With a 12 investigation, and you're able to find some coin, and then basically what they've just got on them. There appears to be quite a few maces and heavy crossbows, some bolts here and there. You find a total of 20 silver among them. They seem pretty desperate. They don't have a lot of money.
All the bows worthwhile? Are they still good?
Yeah, all the weapons are pretty functional. So you're gonna get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's gonna be 10 heavy crossbows, not bows. Crossbows. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maces. And 3 longswords.
Nice.
There are also technically 3, here, I'll make them visible again. We removed them because of map clutter.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 mangy dog wolf-like hybrid creatures here.
Mm-hmm.
That are very, not moving anymore.
Yeah. I think Finn will just grab what he can from everything, all the different, silver and such, and whatever, like, bows, like, not bows, but, bolts he can get, whatever cross bolts he can get.
Okay.
He'll probably just collect them all, and then probably go up to Garen over here and be like, do you want any of these?
No, those are good for crossbows.
There's
I'm wondering
14
if
bolts.
we,
Okay.
wondering if we could arm some of the town folk to start protecting themselves against the lantern killer or other dangers.
That's true. Should I gather the things then and then try and distribute it out to as many people as we can?
Yeah, kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay, sure, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. So then Finn will take the time to go back and just grab whatever. A little slow. You can tell he's like slowly doing this, but like he's doing this.
For Garen, with the 24 perception, you help Finn find everything that was already mentioned, but you also find that one of the veterans has this strange kind of rope looped over one of their shoulders. As you're touching it, it has a sort of silk quality. You can tell that this is a very nice quality rope. There is an unusual coolness to the touch. You have drawn the sun card.
Oh.
Wow. This is a magic rope.
I think Karen already had a special rope from something else, like a vine rope. Also, maybe not.
This is a rope of mending. And I'm telling you now because I'm going to forget to tell you later.
Rope of mending. Okay.
Yeah. Garen won't know that right now. You'll have to do investigations. I think it'll be pretty safe to say that if you ever want KB to look at items when you go back to the ship, you can always have him take a look.
Right.
For all intents and purposes, Garen, you're just aware that this is a magic rope.
Yeah, clearly special.
as you finish looting these individuals, you can see that one of the children has caught a rabbit. Let's see which one it
Yay.
was. 4. 4 is going to be Bill. One of the children that hadn't talked when you were in their hideout pole silently holds up Bunny Rabbit by the ears, not saying anything, and marches over to you, presenting Bunny Rabbit.
Nice, good job. Give him a pat on the head. Well, this is worth something. Hey, crew, I promised these fellas they'd get some grub from the mess hall once they helped us out with some information. Hope that's all right. You
What
know how
informa-
good the cooking is.
Yeah. What's the information about what's been going on around here?
Well, yeah, mostly stuff about that the ghost killer thing.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
Hmm.
I'm sure we got plenty of. Well, I think we've got plenty of room on the ship. We got lots
We
of
got
I'm
lots
people.
not sure.
We got lots of people. We should be fine though. It's just kids. We should be all right.
Just for lunch. I mean,
Yeah.
they're good eaters, let me tell you.
You see some of the children literally like licking their lips at the mention of this.
I agree with giving the children some food. But
Mhm.
so perhaps we see about our business at the market and then go back to the boat to review notes, see where we go next.
Yeah. Market would be nice.
I, for one, can't remember why we were going to the market.
You were going to the market to see if you could catch any leads.
That's right.
Yeah.
hmm
As the group of you are walking and the children are following, you do hear that they mention, if you need help, you should seek out Constable Jubed. She's really nice to the kids. But let me pull up the map here for everybody.
Aaron does grab Ella as they're leaving,
Yeah,
checks in on her.
Ella will hold your hand. She was hiding in a bush. She gives you a thumbs up. And you see that she watches the children with some discomfort. Not really sure how to interact with them. You see Sprout, the one with the little, like, yarn hat, looks up at her and smiles, and she just kind of leans away, unsure about what this kid wants from her.
Aaron will pat her hand.
As you...
Keep walking.
Yeah. As you make your way towards the marketplace, you can see that this is a very large open space. It's crowded here. As you step into one of the main streets, you can see that there are a great number of stands. They are essentially shoulder to shoulder, as far as you can see. There is a sort of gritty quality to pretty much everything here. Just at a quick glance, you can tell that most of the stuff that's being traded here is very bad quality. There's a sheen of rust and dirt, and don't ask what that stain is on pretty much everything for sale here.
I know Finn would want to try and look at like maybe different weapons and such. But if he gets a sense that he's not going to get anything close to what's waiting for him in Saltmarsh, he might just kind of pass it by. But yeah.
You come up to a stall and you can see that there is a pretty stocky fellow. And as you come up and you're looking at the wares, you see that very visibly there's rust and nicks and just poor craftsmanship. He rubs his nose and looks at you. How much for that great club? I'll buy it right off of you.
It's not for sale, as I'm using it as a cane actively. It's not for sale right now. Thank you though. It's a really nice one, as you can tell.
1 silver. Last
No.
offer.
That's fine. It can be your last offer. No.
Nah. Get out of here.
I will. And he'll go to kind of like walk away. And then he'll meet up with Garen or whoever else is looking for information. He just wanted to step away to see if he could find some kind of weapon. But other than that, he's gonna be with the group. He's gonna try and stick with the group.
Okay. Can I get perception checks from everybody?
Oh boy.
See that the kids kind of fan out. You get the sense very quickly that they're probably going to be up to no good here.
That's great.
28 from Garen, a 17 from Finn, a 12 from Pole, and a 26 from Astra. Okay, Astra and Garen, you both pretty much instantly realize that you're being watched. You can see that off to the side there is a gnome. She's a woman that is wearing some nondescript clothing. She doesn't stick out. She blends in. She blends in perfectly. Her eyes keep swinging back over towards you a little too much, and you feel the weight of them.
Garen is gonna tell Ella to stick with Igneel. I'll be back.
Asra, yeah.
Or Azra, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to blend in himself and get closer to her.
Okay. Want to roll me stealth? 20? Yeah. Asra?
Astra will we'll put a hand over the shoulder of Finn and Paul. He's like, "Hey, wasn't that a great battle?" And then whisper under his breath, "We're being watched by that gnome. Don't turn around." He'll whisper under his breath.
Might have been a good battle for you.
Well, it's not quite done yet. This guy is going to turn back into whatever he was before he was a rabbit pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
We got somewhere we want to put him.
You're just carrying him in the market.
Well, those people were pretty rabid, so I don't know what was going on with them. They looked really bloodthirsty.
Get ready to grab him, put him in manacles.
I guess maybe we go to the guards, turn them in.
Pole, go ahead and give me an investigation check. At advantage.
The Cleric of Celestian, are we carrying him or is he like following along?
He's following. He seems to be a bit disoriented, but he seems to want to talk to you. Keep saying, just give me a moment. I need to catch my breath. Okay. With a 17, Pole, you've been around places like this. You know that there's not shit that the authorities are going to do. Looking around, there's no patrols here. And this is probably one of the most crowded places in the skies. You know that people probably get stabbed here and get away with it. Authorities are not going to help.
Yeah, I don't think the police gonna help. We gotta take it on ourselves to investigate and question this fella.
Well, maybe we can get some info out of him. Else,
Garen, you got any manacles or anything?
Turn, to try to address Garen. You realize he's not here. With the 20 stealth, you're able to sink into the shadows and into the crowd. You disappear from sight. Close the distance with this gnome woman that's watching. What do you want to do?
He'll take a moment to see if she's doing anything, like writing anything down, or if it's just like watching us. See if they're talking to anyone or if they're alone.
So you see that she doesn't write anything. She keeps craning her neck, almost as if counting, and realizing that you're not with that group anymore, straightens up and seems to be curious more than anything. She's trying to find you in the crowd, but she's looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, Garen's actually gonna walk right up to her, put his hand right on her shoulder, say, "Hi there.
Oh,
Let's stay calm."
hey there.
Yeah, we can be civil, right?
She looks you up and down. You're a bit of a sly one, aren't ya?
I can be.
I knew you were special. Your lots stick out. Not so much you. I seem to have lost you when I blinked a little too long.
It's kind of my specialty. So,
She flings your hand off of her and she leans back. She leans it back against the wall, looks you up and down. Do you have any weapons like visibly on you? What does it look like?
He's-
Like your arsenal?
he would have his bow slung over his shoulder, or kind of hung up on his shoulder, so that he can easily pull it down if needed, and a short sword on his right hip.
Adventurers, huh? We don't get much of you these days. Not much of worth out in the skies, I guess.
Now, it's not a very good place, but sometimes it just takes somebody to actually care.
Yeah, she begins to pick her fingernails just as Asra begins to approach. A group of you can see that Garen is just straight up having a conversation with this woman now. From where the rest of the group is standing, there's just too much noise, too many people. You aren't able to catch what they're saying, but Asra is moving towards them. What does the rest of the party want to do here? Time is ticking with this rabbit guy.
Right?
What do you think would be the best?
Oh, you're
course,
muted.
Garen? Oh, am I?
Sorry,
I can hear him.
John is
Oh.
muted.
Wow.
Oh,
Paul's just gonna walk up to Garen because he's the one who gets things like this done. So
Okay.
he's just gonna say, "Look, this rabbit's gonna turn into one of our enemies pretty soon. I figure we wanna interrogate him.
Oh, yeah.
We better take care of it. I'll just hand it. I'll be holding about the rabbit and just hand it to you."
Okay.
Karen's gonna, like, holding it like the stinky baby. Like, okay.
You see
Oh.
that this gnome woman that Garen was talking to just has a shit-eating grin on her face. She's just watching this happen. She's like, "Oh, just take your time. I'm not going anywhere. This is the most fun I've had all day." Stinky baby
I'm sure.
rabbit.
I'm sure. So now, literally talking to her around the stinky baby rabbit. Um. Oh, yes. About that interest in us.
Yes. So, I'm something of a professional around here.
Hmm.
Thing about adventurers is you tend to have a bit of coin on you. Maybe we can work together on something.
I think that depends on what it is.
I've got some information, though I do have a consulting fee.
Naturally.
Naturally. And as she says that, you see... Alright, which one is it? You see Sprout come running up and hugs the leg of this lady. And she pats the kid on the head. You
Hmm.
seem to know each other.
Seem we have mutual friends.
Oh, you've met the crew, have you?
Recently.
I mean, well, it's a shame they don't really have anyone to look after them. We work together
is.
sometimes.
Mhm. Children can be great ways to gather information.
I suppose this is true. Well, let's get to it. I'm sure that you've got some business, and kind of up nods at the rabbit that you're holding that's wriggling around trying to get out of your grip.
I suppose we do.
A grown man, by the way, just turned
Yeah.
into a rabbit. She says, well, I believe that a cache of stolen pearls was stashed away somewhere. I've been doing some research. A few days of watching. There's a bit too much activity for my liking. Maybe you can help me do something about it.
Perhaps we can look into it. I'll discuss it with my friends. Where can we meet you?
Great question. Well, Stella looks at the map. We can meet at Frother's Lamp. It's the name of the lighthouse.
See. Very well. I suppose I have a rabbit to interrogate.
Have fun with that. Oh,
Very
I
well.
would stick around, but I think that this is going to draw some attention, and that's kind of the last thing that I want right now. She pats
Sure.
Sprout on the head and says, "Stay out of trouble, little one." Detangles, just kind of gently peeling the kid off of her. She begins to walk away.
I would like to insight check her shadow.
Okay. Yeah.
21.
21. Okay. You can tell me what this looks like, but from reading her, you're gonna get a sense that she's a very wily person. Very sly, very opportunistic. Kind of like a fox. You also get the sense that she's got a good heart. And she can afford to have it. What does the shadow look like to you?
Her shadow?
Yeah.
Kind of maybe that I see a small. I see the shadow. The outline is probably covered by darker colors. The way I see it, and then where the heart is, there's like a small bead of light surrounded by the shadows and the dark colors.
Oh, I love that so much. That's so cool. And a second passes by and she's just gone. You hear the rabbit. Reet, reet, reet. I don't know what sound rabbits make.
That's an interesting one right there.
I agree.
There's some goodness in her heart. I can see it. There's also a lot of this place around it as well.
Yes, I'm sure this place has that effect on everyone, even the good ones.
At least it sounds like something is good in there, so.
hmm So, my take on her was that, yeah, she has no nefarious designs. I'm willing to bet this heist of hers is not meant out of greed. So if any of you are willing, I would like to take her up on the job.
Well, good. We can take care of it.
Hmm.
Maybe donate some of the money to those children.
Indeed.
Not a bad idea. I like it.
It's tough. Must be tough living on these streets.
Mhm.
They most likely don't have much of a childhood. Like you saw them, they didn't even bat an eye. It's us murdering those people right in front of them.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like just
Yes.
another Tuesday for them.
Yeah.
See
Couldn't have-
Sprout move over quietly and hugs Pole's leg.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean,
We should
To be a
Probably
kid,
fine.
yeah. Oh,
Oh.
sorry. No, to be a kid that young and not bat an eye, that does raise some questions.
I pay attention in case he tries to pocket them.
So Sprout appears to be pretty young, maybe like 5 or 6 years old. You don't get the sense that they're like very curious. They're just kind of hanging out.
Okay, I will still pay attention to them in case they try to rob my new friends here.
Yeah.
They won't be robbing me.
The rest of us might need to work, but not you, eh? So yeah, Garen's sitting there holding out. We should probably find a place to have a quiet conversation with this rabbit once he's no longer a rabbit.
Of course. We should also tend to our wounds. Yeah, maybe
Oh.
we should go back to the ship. Might be a safer place to have a conversation. You wanted to feed
I
those
agree.
kids.
There's a lot of people on that ship if that when the rabbit turns back, if it tries to assault anything. So
Well, there's plenty of us. If we all just brace for it, we can knock them out real quick.
true.
Maybe try not to kill them, but you know,
Yeah.
Knockout would be the preferred method. Yes.
yes. We'll see how much information we can get from them, but
I doubt this has any major implications. Probably local street crime, but worth it to verify that.
So the group of you make your way back towards the sea lily. And as you do, I'm assuming that you're inviting the kids to come with you.
Yeah, Paul invited him
Yeah.
for a meal.
Okay. The kids will be directed towards the mess hall. Malaya's gonna have her hands full. So full. And I imagine KB is probably over there helping tend to them as well. So you just hear banging and shouting and laughing coming from the mess hall. As you board the ship, Tully is naked and he's staring up at the rabbit that you're holding. What's that?
The prisoner. Garen says and keeps walking.
Looks at Paul. What's that?
Well, I turned him into a rabbit. He's a bad guy, tried to mug us. We're gonna question him in case he knows something about the Ghost Lantern Killer.
Oh. Why haven't you tried turning me into a rabbit?
Well, because you're already cute enough.
Ah. He grabs your arm and bites you.
Ah. Oh, hey.
What?
You're gonna want to know these guys. These these are a bunch of little scallywags that ran across in the rough part of town there. Taking them all in for lunch. Hey, this is me roommate, Tully. He's
I
not
should put
really
on
any taller
pants.
than you.
He
Yeah,
grabs
it's not
the
naked day, is it?
every day's naked day for me. He just like grabs a potato sack and like his toenails are so sharp. He just like literally begins to like make holes in them and he's just wearing the potato sack like it's a diaper. Hey, welcome to the Sea Lily. Yeah. When the captain's gone, I'm acting captain. All the kids are like, ooh, ah.
Ben is in the background shaking his head.
Yeah, Tully get along really great with these kids. They love making shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You see the kids immediately start to have a food fight. And then Tully's like, hey! And then gets in it as well. Aaron goes below deck. Does everyone else follow?
yes.
I think Finn will join, but he definitely will be like he'll be at this point wanting to sit in a chair or something.
Mhm.
At this point, he's probably used up as much energy as he can just walking back to the ship.
You head over into the hold of your ship. Right now, because you're docked and most of the crew are out doing repairs on the Sea Lily, because the Sea Lily suffered some damage out, and that's why you're
Right.
here to begin with. You find that the ship is mostly empty. A lot of the supplies have been removed, so you have a big open space to do whatever it is that you want. Garen, you're still holding the rabbit. Well, you get the sense that time's up pretty soon. How do you want to go about this?
Put him in the bilge.
Yeah, probably the bilge since we probably don't have a brig.
No, you don't.
So, yep, go down to the bilge or go over to the bilge and throw him in.
Okay.
And then Garen would sit down at the top of the stairs on the way out.
Astra, as you join them heading into the bilge, which is essentially like where the water kind of like forms, and I don't know boat science. There's water there and it helps with the flotation of the ship or something like that. But there is essentially like going to be like a foot of water. As you enter in, do you have night vision? You have night vision. Dark vision. Okay, yeah.
300 feet.
Yeah, as you enter to bilge, you can see that in this ceiling there's a strange hole that seems to be plugged by the lid of a barrel, and it has like a handle on it. Other than that, this is a pretty standard looking bilge. The rabbit gets tossed in. There is an audible pop as the rabbit transforms back into this thug. Immediately spitting up the water in the bilge as they scramble up onto their knees, looking at you.
Now. Give us your weapons, and we can have a civil conversation.
Suddenly, as if realizing they have weapons, they pull the mace off of their hip and they wield it in front of them. Who are you?
Garen
What-
pulls out
what-
his bow and knocks an arrow.
There were like, what, 30 of you? Not one of you managed to leave any scratches on me. You sure you want to do this?
Fine. Throws the mace down on the ground.
Don't forget the other one, too.
Ugh. Thud as it gets released onto the ground.
And the hidden one.
Yeah. Pulls a knife out of their boot. Throws it onto the ground.
There you go.
I'll step away.
Fine. And they begin to back up, raising their hands. Look, I don't know what is it that you want from me. You clearly took out most of my gang.
You're the only survivor.
What? You took out Sam?
If he was one of the ones attacking us, yes.
Oh, Sam was gonna be my best man at my wedding. Ah, I'll have to find someone else now.
What do you expect?
picked a
You
better
guys keep
best
coming
man.
at us.
Well, I ain't got anything, and you see him pull out his pockets, turn them inside out, some lint and maybe a coin or two.
Why did you attack us?
I mean, look at you. Pretty much just bleeding wealth. Your sword is so shiny, I could probably brush my teeth in it.
Yeah, I take very good care of my gear.
Yeah.
So,
And
and I
you,
do so
gesturing
because
over to Finn, you ain't got no holes in your shirt. Well, maybe... bit hard to tell with all the blood on you.
Before I was beaten up, yes, I had no holes in. Oh, I do have more holes than I. Damn it. All right, well, either way, yes, this is still a fine shirt, regardless, or piece of armor.
I know. I
No,
wouldn't rub
no.
your shirt now.
No. You talk to me, buddy.
Eh.
Yes. Yes, my friend's bloody. Your friends are bloodier.
Hey, my friends. Hey, look.
Oh.
Sty's a rough place. We've got to do what we can do.
Well then, who sent you? Did
Eh.
anybody try to send your whole group over here, or did you guys come at us of your own volition? Because something tells me that there might be more to this. Oh, before I forget, do not resist this. I will ensure that you do not tell any lies over here. In this circle, will be a circle of truth between you and us. And if I detect any lies, it's gonna give me a headache, and I'll give you a headache if it gives me a headache. Okay?
All right. So you're casting Zone of Truth.
Yes.
Okay.
Paul's gonna speak up too. I'll tell you something. I grew up on rougher streets than this, and it didn't have to kill people. It's on you.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me intimidation at advantage here, Asra. While you do that, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
We had a good stream. Okay. 12. You see this individual spit out into the bilge, points over at Pole. Maybe you've got a little bit of privilege if you didn't have to kill someone for your next meal. Great for you. You want a gold star because you didn't have to knock someone out. Good for you. Look.
Now, I think you're just a weakling. You took the easy way. So shut up. Unless you got something to say that's going to help us find out who that killer is.
Oh. Lantern Ghost Killer? You think that this is... that's a load of... Does your Zone of Truth, do we see any kind of, like, visual effect here? Or is there, like, any kind
yes.
of quality to the air?
The 15-foot radius around them, a magic circle forms, and you can see a small constellation form around them, and it kind of looks like in the center of these divine glowing runes at the edges, kind of looks like the night sky, and the stars are on it.
Okay, so they have to make a saving throw here.
Charisma.
Let me see. Where are ya?
If he chooses to resist.
Oh, okay, if he chooses to resist. I think he will try to resist, just because he's a darn old bastard.
Uh-huh.
He rolls a 5, though.
Fail.
Okay. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie. Okay. You see him, like, sort of clawing at the air, trying to wave it away. It's a futile gesture. He says, well, look, I ain't got anything to do with no serial killer. Just looking for a bit of coin. Something to help ferry on the next meal that I can have. I collect enough shiny trinkets and trade them off. Maybe I don't have to go knocking heads. Open a little tea shop or something. Buy a boat. Gestures to the boat around him. Get out of this place. Bad enough that I have to do shifts at Mr. Dory's. Place fucking stinks.
Trust me, the way you're going about it, you'll never get out.
What choice do I have?
Hey, the lads told me about Mr. Dory. What can you say about him?
Oh, Mr. Dory's probably the richest bastard in the size. He's got a warehouse the size of probably 4 of these ships. It's actually got a ship coming out of it. Like, literally built into the fucking thing. It's mental. It's got some kind of skin condition. Melting or something. He needs to be in cold water. Isn't the kind of fellow to go out the streets, so he hires help. Wants to keep people out of his warehouse. Before you ask, I haven't seen shit.
Haven't seen shit or heard shit in the by the warehouse?
Oh, I've heard shit. I haven't seen anything.
What kind of things did you hear?
Animalistic noises. People say it's dogs, but I ain't ever heard dogs like that before. I don't know what it is. I haven't laid eyes on them.
How many people are usually hired to hold guard?
Sam would help with some off shifts. There's Doris. Maybe 5 of us? Well, I don't know about the other shifts. Why are you asking?
Just curious.
I wouldn't want to get on Mr. Dory's bad side if I were you. He's got half the city in his pocket.
Well,
You tried
something
screaming for help, the authorities. Oh, you're not from here. He owns the authorities, by the way. Just his thugs. Under another name.
Can you tell us anything about Thornwell?
Thornwell. Ugh. She's a bloody stuck-up bitch, that's what she is. Another council member. Just like Mr. Dory. Keeps to herself. Don't really know much about her. Not really my circle.
How about the lady what runs the hospital?
Oh. Hospital. Oh, that's its own sort of bloody mess. Name's Trantor. I haven't really been that way myself. I know that some patients that clock in never clock out. People disappear around there. It's bad vibes. Oh, hey! I heard that guy, the Lantern Ghost Killer. Yeah. They had him at the hospital for his execution. Yeah. Something like that.
They executed him, killed him in the hospital, where he disappeared from there.
No. Supposedly they held him in the hospital for some time. No, the execution was quite public. Literally saw his head flowing off of his body.
Did he make some people mad before he got accused of this? Maybe your employer.
I don't know. I don't even know the bloke's name. All I know is they caught someone. No longer a problem.
What about the fisherman named Rafe? You heard anything of them?
I don't know no fisherman by that name.
Apparently they're the latest victim of this ghost.
Shrugs.
What about the morgue? Do you know anything of who runs it?
Morgue. Looks thoughtful for a second. Stella pulls up the morgue real quick. Morgue. I haven't really been there. I heard a bunch of dead things have come up and alive, maybe. It's not a very pleasant place to go. Place already stinks like things are dead around here. Why would you want to go where people drop shit down a hole? No?
Down the hole, you say? Is that where the bodies go?
Supposedly. I don't know. I haven't been.
I thought they get cremated.
I'm no expert. All I know
I'm
is
sure
there's
you've
no...
taken some bodies there, maybe.
Not my purview. I take 'em out. I make bodies. I don't get rid of them.
And just leave them on the streets?
This is the skies. Every day you walk over a dead body somewhere.
Very unfortunate.
It's a godless place. What do you think will happen?
Why did the people here not just get on a ship and leave?
What ship? Where would they go?
Some different city. Most of the other places are not as bad as this. At least you may be able to find some sort of job.
What, you hiring? Well, if you killed my bloody gang, maybe I'm looking for some work.
What can you do?
Well, he stabs the air with his hand. Could take him out. Be a bit sneaky, quiet if you need that. I mean it. Dragon chess. I know I don't look it. I know a move or two.
You're given the opportunity to maybe start over in a new place. Would you give up all this life of crime? Try to have an honest life. I don't know, maybe work in the bar or something. Or would you just go back to what you're used to do every day and just steal, murder?
He looks thoughtful for a moment. Then he says, I've got a girl. Hoping one day we start a family.
What's her name?
Harriet.
Is she in the same business as you?
Nah, she does laundry over by the south side of the market.
Keep on with this life. Next time you pick a fight you can't win, it might not be you that makes it out. Then where's she at?
He throws up his hands in frustration. She's a pretty girl. I get taken out, she'll find another boyfriend. Look, I don't know what else I can give you.
Well, you never really answered my question. Would you turn a new leaf or go back to what you do? I just want to know what type of person you are. Are you someone who's just comfortable with his current ways, or do you strive for something different?
Kicks his boot in the water and it sends little ripples out. He looks up at the barrel lid, furrows his brows, and shakes his head. I'd try. I can say that much.
And I look at his shadow.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
19.
19. Okay. You can tell that this guy has been dealt a really rough hand. He was probably born here. Maybe there's some potential. You can tell this guy doesn't really know who he is or what he's capable of. All he has known is He's good at what he's told to do. That's where he starts and ends. For now.
You see, I see a seed when I look at you. They could grow into different things. Don't have to be stuck in what you are. And grow and become a beautiful flower. Or you could go, keep doing what you do, and become a horrible weed to society. And keep fighting over and over, pillaging, stealing, till somebody slits your throat. And the cycle keeps going on.
How about this? Do whatever you want me to. Just help me and my girl get out of here. This ain't a place for family. This is a graveyard. This is where things go to die.
I think at this point Finn will stand up, use his great club over as a cane to kind of walk over to go over to the cage and
Oh, there's no cage. We're just like, it's like a
yeah,
big
we're in
empty
the bilge.
floor, and then there's a
I
foot of water.
I thought we were holding him in something. Sorry.
No.
This whole time. Okay, never mind that part then.
We're like
I'll
on the
just go-
stairs, kind of blocking the only way out.
Okay, so I'll just go up to him where it's a bit more like face to face almost, and I'll go. You did say that if you were to die, that your girlfriend's just pretty enough that she could get anybody else. But would you be willing to do your best by her so she doesn't have to get anyone else, and that she'd want to choose you over anybody else, regardless of you living or dying?
I could try.
Would you try your hardest for her and for this family that you say you desire?
Yeah, I mean, thought nothing else.
And there's a bit of a tear in Finn's eye as he kind of shakes it off. I'd be willing to give you a shot then if you want to do it for the right reasons. And Finn kind of just goes back and sits back down.
And since we killed most of your crew, are you going to? Would you try to get revenge for them? How close were you with them?
Those bloody bastards were always in my pockets stealing things. Pretty sure one of them might have slept with my ex-girlfriend at some point. It's a nasty place. Makes you do nasty things. Sure, we had good times. I might miss them. Don't get too attached to things here in the skies. More likely to lose them than keep them. Alright, it's been the only one thing for me that I've been able to hold on to.
Well, I would be also willing to give you an opportunity, but it is not my boat. So you should try. You better convince these wonderful people here as well.
See his eyes snap over to Pole. This guy is probably around Pole's age, maybe a little older. There's a sort of defiance as he's staring you down. Crosses his arms over his chest. You've seen some shit.
There's lots of shit around to see if that's what you're looking for. I'm trying to look for something higher, something better. You can do the same. If I can do it, you can do it.
I've been there too. More similar to your experience than Pole's. Like you said, it is possible. You have an opportunity that was a similar opportunity than to what was forced on me.
He bounces back and forth on his feet, a bit unsure. I need a persuasion check from somebody.
Aaron
Now-
is not proficient. Somebody who's good at it, please.
And I'll let you roll at advantage since we're kind of doing this as a group, but I do need one roll from somebody.
Paul will do
I
it.
got a +4, but I
Oh,
think
okay.
Paul here is the charisma.
Yeah.
Aaron's
Very
3.
cinematic.
Okay, so his eyes lock onto Paul as he's trying to assess what he should do. Roll me persuasion at advantage,
I
please.
tried
Paul.
to Celestian for him as I give him
You're like guidance.
a D4.
Okay. A dirty 20. Go ahead and roll the D4, Paul. Wrong window. Oh, okay.
Put it into the Twitch window.
That's
Okay.
great.
All right. 22 against his 15. Okay. He looks at Paul. He puts his hands up and he slowly walks up to close the distance between the two of you. He reaches into his shirt. He yanks a chain free. And he holds out what appears to be a very shitty looking wedding ring. He offers it to you. How about this? Maybe I find a job with your crew. I bring my girl on. She can do your laundry, whatever. Maybe once you think I'm worthy enough, you give that back to me. Now marry Harriet.
It's a deal. I'll take the ring. I'll shake his hand.
He shakes your hand and he uses like his whole body weight for a very solid shake.
Hey, who knows? Maybe you'll find another best man right over here on this boat.
He immediately
But-
like, "Ugh, let's go, Paul, and shakes his hand. We'll see.
Sometimes all you need is an opportunity for someone to give you something positive and something to look forward to. The crew that you were a part of, you said, just like to sneak into your pockets and take every little bit of money that you have. You won't have to worry that with us. We're going to give you every opportunity that you can to be a good person and to be good to your woman. And I believe that if given this positivity and you prove your worth, I think you can be a good person.
I would like to amend something Ben said. Tully does have sticky fingers, but it's innocent, not meant to be malicious.
Anyone who has a passive perception of 20 or higher, you can hear the pitter patter of bare feet just like above you. Trademark sound of Tully's big flappers just scrapping as he's careening down the hallway somewhere.
Yaren's eyes are following him.
Look, I don't have much. As long as what I've got isn't messed with, I'm fine.
Paul can speak to how likely Tully is to give back what he took if you confront him, but
You take my shit, I'm gonna fight you. I'm just gonna put it out there. I believe that's my right.
The only person you probably will have to tell that to is Tully. None of us will do it. Tully
Just
doesn't
don't think-
mean to do it, but he does it.
Just don't take it too far.
yeah.
All right. Y'all got something cooking upstairs? Sniffs at the air. There's
Yes.
a faint fragrance of potato and garlic.
A
Oh.
really good chef, and our captain is good at cooking as well.
Well,
You got a name?
my name's Bromy.
Name's Astra.
Walks over to you and shakes your hand.
He feels a strong shake.
Name's Finn.
Walks over to you and shakes your hand. Sorry about your shirt, by the way. It is a good shirt. I'm just a bit of a dick sometimes.
That's fine. You around a negative environment, negative energy. It's fine. Also, this shirt will be fine once I can get something to fix it.
Oh, Harriet could hook you up. She's real good with anything that's fabric.
Oh, I might take you up on that offer if she's okay with it.
Just ask her.
I believe part of this was also getting her a position on the boat.
Hmm.
If you're alright with that.
I doubt KB will have a problem with more hands. We'll just need to make certain we get you some training.
Alright. I'm a quick learner. Put some food in my belly and I'll call anyone teach.
Just one thing. Gonna be on a sailing boat. Don't eat too much food the first few days.
That is very good advice.
Kind of rubs his tummy. It just like audibly growls. You get the sense this is a real skinny guy. You get the sense that he doesn't have a
He's
lot
not.
to eat. Yeah. I'll try to control my appetite, I guess.
Don't overdo it if you haven't really eaten in a long time. Else you're just gonna end up throwing it all up and waste some good food.
That is true as well.
Take it slow, small bites.
Alright.
Garen's
Make
gonna
your
head
way
up.
Yeah, I think Finn will make it clear that once it's kind of known, Finn will be like, if you'll need me, I'm going to be in my room. And he's going to go up and he's going to go and lay down because he needs to lay down.
Yeah. As whoever goes up to the mess hall begins to go up, you see the mess hall door slam open and Tully is trying to like crawl out of it. He's just got tomato and stuff just smeared on him. He holds out a hand. He's like, please, help, save me. You're out of control. And you can see behind him just food is just flying back and forth. There's just screaming. One of the children just upends one of the soup bowls into their soup pots into their bowl, making a huge mess.
I think
Well, that's
Garen is
very
gonna visit Ella instead of the mess hall.
Okay. So the rest of the night will essentially go pretty uneventfully. Eventually the kids will calm down. If coerced or charismatically persuaded, they'll help clean up. But eventually, Finn, you get a lie down, you get a little nap, and the group of you are able to convene and figure out what you want to do next. You have a few options. You know it's getting dark, so if you want to meet at the lighthouse, it's probably an option you can do tonight.
Hmm.
If you want to go to the hospital, the garrison, find out more about Mr. Dory, do some nighttime scouting, or just wait for the day.
Garen wants to do
That-
all of the
that-
above, but he
That
can't.
warehouse sounds very interesting as well, especially somebody owns all the guards in this place,
Mhm.
especially
Think we
those
should investigate
monsters.
the warehouse. Sneak up and take a look in. If there's any windows, take a look in.
Yes.
See if we can hear it.
I
The
can.
kids say this sounds like dogs. This guy says they're not dogs. Well, what are they?
Maybe that's where the secret of this town lies. All the horrible things uh, hidden. Garen, if you would want to scout ahead, I can enhance your night senses and give you a small blessing.
That could be appreciated, but I do want to stop by the lighthouse for that.
We can do that first. I don't think
Okay.
we need to rush uh, into the warehouse right away.
No,
We can
we're
find out
just
more things.
gonna get the details and pay her fee, if you will.
Yes. It'd be good to get information. Knowledge is power,
Indeed.
after all.
Yes. Yeah, Garen is actually going to travel lighter for this excursion. Gonna leave his pack and sword back at the ship. Just bring his bow and quiver.
Uh, for us, do we get the benefits of a short rest or a long rest?
Oh, you're muted,
You
Stella.
are muted.
Thank you. This will be a short rest if you want to go to the lighthouse at nighttime. So I see that Finn has rolled some hit dice. You recover 24 hit points.
I'm at full health, but I'm alright. I'll be okay.
Okay. So go ahead and
Please
roll
don't
hit
hit
dice if you want to replenish them here.
Of course, my first hit dice roll was on that one, so.
I will say, Finn, as you're laying there, I imagine that we'd have one of the crew members come by. Quick has some medical knowledge. Quick is there to help bandage your wounds, and so you have like a number of herbal poultices applied and then bandages wrapped around. You're laying in your bed. Everything fucking hurts. It hurts so bad, but you're recovering here. But pain is something that motivates you. You feel stronger. You have drawn the star card.
Ooh.
You can increase one of your attributes by +1. It cannot exceed 24.
Wait, so it's a 1. I got it. I know what I'm gonna do.
+1.
Dexterity. There we go.
Cole, in the couple of hours that pass by, kids have kind of hung around even after the meal. They seem kind of reluctant to leave right away. Do you interact with them at all?
Oh yeah. Cole wants to make sure that he gets all their names down, and he's going to, find out a little bit about each one of them over the meal.
Mhm.
And he's going to say, how do you like this and that about the different items that are on the menu. He's going to stick to only the plant-based stuff, but he'll say, this one here is my favorite. It's a specialty of the cook. And he's also going to, see. He wants to talk to them about the future, what they want to do with their lives, if they had all the choices, and they weren't just stuck here being poor orphan kids on the street.
Okay. You learn all their names: Scurvy, Whiskers, Dodge, Sprout, Bill, and Squeaky.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense, so they range in age. Sprout is the youngest one, about 5 or 6 years old. The oldest is Dodge, who's probably closer to like 14. And then the rest are somewhere in between. A few of them mention things about wanting to be heroes. Whiskers says that they want to be a mage. They want to cast magic at some point. We hear that Squeaky mentions that they want to learn how to use an instrument like you did. You did your little light show.
I'm gonna focus on that guy.
Squeaky,
And
okay.
talk to him about Heward
Okay.
and the path of non-violence and music. And that's what I do.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's the only way to go, but I think you have it in you. You're strong enough to be able to take this path.
I really don't like using my fists.
Me neither.
It hurts.
Especially when you could just turn someone into a rabbit.
All of the kids laugh. Bill has this bit of a smirk.
Way easier.
Imagine that the conversation takes quite a bit of time and you learn little bits here and there and about their preferences and dreams and hopes, cool things and cool people that they might have met or seen over the years. I imagine there hits a point where they're all so full that they get really tired and they kind of fall asleep in the mess hall. They're just kind of curled up with each other. And Dodge is the last one. He's still awake. And he's fiddling with a piece of wood. It just looks like a twig. It's nothing special. But he keeps digging his nails into it, almost as if he's trying to write something into it. He tells you, I don't really know what I'm doing. The kid that used to run our squad disappeared. I think she died, honestly. She was real sick last we saw her. It's been a few months. I've been taking over since. It's a bad place. Bad people.
Seems that way.
There's good people too. Like you. You're not the first person to give us a nice meal and fill our heads with dreams. He looks over at the kids that are sleeping. Constable Jute, time to time, gives us snacks. She's not supposed to, but I think she's got a good heart. There's people like that here too. So don't take pity on us, you know? Don't... It's not all bad.
I
That-
know.
As he says that, it just rings with the naivety of, he's just a 14-year-old kid. What could he know?
Well, I knew a lot by the time I was 14. More than I wanted to. And I want to help you guys get a chance to do something else before it's too late, like whoever that was who was leading your group before. I want to make sure that you get a chance. And it's great that you're taking care of each other. You're doing the best you can.
Yeah.
And I know you don't have a lot, but you're making it. Barely. But it's dangerous. And if I can help you do better, well, that's what I'm all about. I've been saving up my money. And to tell you the truth, I've got more money than I need. Like lots of people. But with me, I want to do something with it to help people like you. The kids. The kids on the street, I want to help them. And, you know, I was one of those kids one time, a long time ago. But things changed for me. It's easier to lose perspective. I want to make sure that I take your advice. That you tell me what it is you need. What it is you want. And I do my best to try and make that happen for you. I was going to try and start up an orphanage in Ammonford. That's where I'm from.
Where's
But maybe
that?
a better thing. It's pretty far away.
Is it like this place?
It's a really big city. It has rich parts of town. I wasn't in the rich part. I never went to the rich part. But it doesn't look like this part of this town has even a rich part, really.
No.
Well, I know people in different places, and some of them might be able to help you. Maybe take you on as apprentice. One lad was saying he wanted to be a wizard. Well, there's good wizards out there. Unfortunately, we keep meeting the bad ones, but I know there's some good ones. If I could find a good wizard who needs an apprentice, I'd gladly put in a word.
As you're
You're good
saying
kids.
all of this, roll me an insight check.
Sure.
11. As you're saying this, you kind of realize, you kind of pick up on some nonverbal cues. He doesn't really look you in the eyes anymore, and he's taken that stick and he begins to kind of scratch the table with it. He's like trying to just fidget, get a sense of anxiety from him. And he's not meeting your eyes anymore. He doesn't even look up at you anymore. And it's really hard to read why or what's going on with him, but he says, I don't really like money. Yeah, you need it for stuff, but I don't like the way that it makes people treat each other.
Yeah,
It's
same here.
dangerous. It's like a weapon. I don't like it. I don't
Well-
know what we need.
You definitely don't want to be a banker then.
Oh. I'd probably just give it all away, and I'd lose my job.
Probably be good for a lot of people, but not too good for you.
No, I'd get in so trouble.
But you must like doing something. I see you fiddling with that wood. Would you like to be a carpenter or a wood carver or a woodsman?
See him drop the stick and sort of flatten his hands on the table, a bit embarrassed. He's almost like he's trying to cover it up. I don't know.
Have you ever been into a forest before? Like outside the city, in a place where the trees is standing, and there's squirrels and such.
I don't know what a squirrel is, but I've seen trees. There's some trees here. I don't think I've been to a
Take-
forest.
I'll take out the lute and I'll sing a song of the forest, and I'll put in some squirrels, and also pixies and mushrooms and all that kind of fae kind of feeling. There's really magical places in the world if you could get out to see them. Some of them can be dangerous, just as dangerous as it is in here, but also really wondrous. Maybe this isn't the place for you. Maybe there's a better place. Things would be more interesting for you if you could get your hands out in the dirt. Not grime like in the city, but real, honest dirt. Or
As,
even fresh air.
as you're playing this, his eyes well up and he starts to cry. And he keeps raising up his wrist to dab at his eyes, trying not to look like he's crying, and he can't help it. He tries to be as quiet as he can. He's never seen anything like this before, and you can just see the wonder.
Paul's thinking if this guy doesn't like money, he might want to be a druid. So
You're getting
it's
that sense.
laying that angle on.
Points at one of the squirrels that you make with your spell. It looks like a messed up rat. Why is his tail so big?
I think it helps him balance when he's jumping from tree to tree, or like a little, I don't know, like a little sail. Look, I know where Sky, back in Saltmarsh, where I met up with these folks, and he's really into the forest. He's called a druid. I don't know if you've heard of a druid, but
Is that something
he-
you eat?
no, no. Well, I mean, I guess a lion might eat a druid, but a druid's just a kind of a person, like it's like a priest, but instead of having like all those prayers and sermons in the churches, he just goes out into the wilderness, communes with nature,
I heard that there were
hangs out with the
priests
animals.
here in the skies at some point, but not while I've been around. There's no priests here.
Yeah, I find that pretty weird. In every other town I've been in, there's been priests. I mean, I don't really go to the temples so much.
It's probably
I kinda
because
deal
Mr.
directly.
Mr. Dory's a bully.
He's a bully. He doesn't like priests either.
I don't know. All I know is Mr. Dory runs the place and he doesn't like somebody to get run out.
Hmm.
You aren't the first adventurers to come through here, and honestly, not the first person to offer things to us.
Yeah, I bet. And lots of people don't come through either. I know it. Lots of promises that don't turn out to be nothing. They get your hopes up and then let you down.
He doesn't
Well-
need to say anything. He kind of just looks down at the table and confirms exactly what you say.
I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm not promising anything yet. But if you can tell me what you want, I can try and find out how to help you get it. And I don't mean that like deal with the devil kind of stuff. You gotta do something for me. I just want to help you so that the world will have another better person in it. Someone good who will do good things. Not for money, not to show off, but just to do good things, to help people. I'm trying to do that. I'm not always so good at it. But I think if more people would just try, the world would be a better place.
He asks you a question, and it's not accusatory. It's gently asked of you. He says, "Why do you try to help people?"
Well, when I was young like you, I lost my family, and I was out on the streets. Probably not too different from what happened to you. I don't know your story. I can tell you some of mine, but it doesn't matter that much. The situation was, I didn't have anyone to help me, so I got together with a bunch of other kids my age, and we did stuff. We stole, we did what we had to live. But sometimes some of those kids would go missing.
Mm.
And I think if someone could just help us, and people would say they were going to help us, and then they'd abuse us, they'd steal from us, they'd turn us into the coppers. And so, I want to be someone who really helps. That's all.
Okay.
I just want to be better. I want to be better. I want to be better than anyone thought I could be.
Picks up the stick again and he holds it in his hands and he turns it over. I'll think about what you said. I'll try to get you an answer. I don't know what
Yeah,
we need or want right now, but
Well, don't give me an answer because I'm asking for it. I want to help you. Don't feel like there's any pressure. If you like the way things are going for you, more power to you. But I think you and all these kids, you need a chance to do what you really want, not what you're forced to by your situation. If I can do that little bit, I'd be very happy. Very happy indeed.
it's about then that Some of the kids begin to stir and they yawn. They rouse a little bit. Yeah. See that Dodge wipes out his eyes one last time, stands up. I don't think it's proper that we sleep here. We should get back to
No.
the bum hole.
I'll walk you back.
Alright. Alright, crew. It's time to get up. And he'll essentially begin to rouse and pull the kids up onto their feet. And he begins to lead them back towards the slums. With you in tow. As the group is getting ready to go towards the lighthouse, Cole isn't quite back yet. What do you want to do? You want to wait?
I think it might be best for all of us to be there.
Yeah, I think it's wise if we wait.
Well, when you get to the bum house, or the bum hole, uh, essentially, there's just an unceremonious collapse of children as they just crawl into different places. Is there anything that you wanted to do while you were here?
Well, first thing I want to do is if they're all going to sleep now, I'm gonna check. I'm just gonna do a once around, make sure it's safe, that nobody's followed us here, nobody's lurking. And
Okay.
then yeah, I'll just say I'll say a little prayer to Heward to protect these kids. You can.
Roll me a perception check. Ugh, rough.
I'm so
7.
terrible at
Okay, with the 7, I think it's hard to tell. The part of the city that they live in, there's a lot of people and it's a small space. So they've literally just kind of taken residence underneath someone else's house, basically. So you can hear like a whole family yelling and arguing above them and going about different things. So it's really hard to get a sense of the surroundings because there's a lot of people around.
Well, that's good camouflage anyway.
Yeah. Like this
Those
is a
guys are
good
making
hideout.
noise. Yeah, they're street smart. They know what they're doing. All right, I'll head back to the boat.
Okay. Roll me another perception check. 19. As you're crawling out of this weird ass hole that they've like half hidden with some boxes, someone notices you coming out of the alleyway. You see a middle-aged woman. She's wearing a navy coat. She's holding a lantern. You can see that there is some sort of club hanging from her belt, but it's not in her hand. She holds up the lantern towards you, try to get a look at your face. What are you doing?
Me?
Who are you?
I'm just going back to me ship.
This is a
my
dead
name's
end.
Paul.
What are you doing in this alleyway? You can tell that this person
I'm just
is
leaving.
defensive, like without
Mhm.
any context or trigger, just automatically defensive.
Well, I just got lost and I'm going back to me ship.
Roll me a deception
This-
check. $26. Okay. Lost your way to your ship, you said.
That's right. There's a lot of twists and turns in this town.
Step forward, let me get a better look at you.
All right.
As you get closer, she looks you up and down, and you can see her a little better too. You can tell she's in a uniform of some kind. Probably the closest thing to a uniform you've seen here. She's got cropped blonde hair, bright blue eyes, and she looks worried. Oh. You must not be from around here. Would you like an escort back to your ship?
I certainly wouldn't mind.
All right. Well, the
The
docks are
officer...
this way. I'm not an officer. I'm Constable Jute.
Oh, Constable Jute, my pleasure. I've heard so much about you.
She
And I've only
blushes.
been in town just a little while.
Oh, all right. The docks are this way.
Hmm. I'll start heading to the docks with her, and I'll talk to her.
She's really awkward at first. She's so awkward.
So, now that I know that she's the Constable Jute that the kids were talking about, so I'll figure I didn't know who you were, so I apologize for telling a little fib, but I've actually been visiting with Sprout and the rest of the gang. We ran into each other in the marketplace.
Oh.
And they told me that you're very good for them.
You see her shoulders relax a little bit. Are they okay?
They are. They're doing very well. And I'm hoping I can help them do better. But
Okay.
we'll see.
So, what they need more than anything right now is a good role model. So perhaps stay out of trouble while you're here in our city.
Well, I'll try to stay out of trouble, but there's already trouble here. It seems like there's trouble just about everywhere in this city. And if I'm gonna coexist with it, I might be in trouble.
See her bite her lower lip. You can read her like a fucking book. She's got no poker face whatsoever. She looks worried again. We can just try our best. That's
Well-
all we can really do.
We can. And I know that you're trying your best. And those kids are trying their best. But perhaps, maybe with a little outside help, we could all do better. And I know that there's something going on. This Ghost Lantern killer. And we're
As-
investigating that.
Roll me insight check at advantage. Okay, 18. As you say, Lantern Ghost Killer, her spine turns to steel. You can see her stiffen all the way through. She immediately looks around to see if there's anybody nearby. And then she grabs you and pulls you into an alleyway. Unless you resist. Okay. She pulls you into the alleyway and begins to dim her lantern. She lowers her voice to you. What do you know about the Ghost Lantern Killer?
Well, I know that the man that they killed was not the killer. He's still around. His friend has asked of our help in locating the real killer, and we're going to do it.
She smooths her hand where she grabbed you and she pats it apologetically and lets go of you. I was the one who arrested Jarmy. I found him for the body. But I don't think he did it.
Well, I hear that there was another body found after he was killed. So unless there's somebody making, copying the killer, trying to carry on its legacy, then they had the wrong man.
She bites her lip. She's shaking. You can tell she's trying to not spill some kind of beans. She's trying to be professional here. She kind of straightens away from
my
you.
hand on her shoulder. Look.
Her lower lip
It's
starts
all right.
quivering.
You're not being blamed. You didn't know. You expect a man to get a fair trial. But maybe that's not how it works in this town. Maybe there's someone else who has an agenda and he's got all the power. I've heard about that too. And the things in the warehouse.
I don't know why my superiors were acting the way that they were. There's something very wrong going on here. The
You see that?
investigation was quickly dismissed. Army was executed without a trial. Something's not right.
Well, me and me mates, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. And if we could count on your help as well, I think we'd stand a much better chance of doing it sooner before someone else gets killed.
Can I meet your
Would
friends?
you like to meet with us? Yes. Come with me. Come to the boat.
Right.
They might already be gone. They were going to do some investigating tonight. But we can wait up for them if that's the way it goes.
All right. Crew is
I'll leave it to
waiting.
the ship.
Crew's waiting. Waiting. It takes Pole a lot longer to get back than you anticipated, but the group has decided to wait. As you're waiting on the main deck of the ship, looking out, you see Pole beginning to approach, but he's not alone. The children that he left with are not with him, the stranger instead. As they approach, you can see the lantern that she's holding. She's an officer of the law. And Pole seems to be inviting her aboard. And that is where we're going to end our session for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's great to be back again with Secrets of Saltmarsh. The intrigue thickens, and the NPCs are getting adopted left and right.
Right?
We're gonna round up the night here with some outros. So please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and tell me what your favorite part of today's episode was. And we'll start with Igneal.
Hello, everybody. My name is Igneal. I played tonight Astra Deidre. My favorite part of tonight's session was the whole scene with Paul and the kid. It was great. Top tier. I'm like sitting in the back here. I'm like, yes, this is so good. It just kept going and going. And I'm like, yes, more. Give us more.
Thank you.
You can find me at, I guess I made a Blue Sky, but I don't use it much. I think Neil Blazeheart, that Blue Sky, that social.
Okay, thank you. I'll type the link there up in the chat. But as I do that, Godfather Wraith.
Hey, I'm Godfather. Holy wow. Tonight. Yeah, I tonight was great in general, but I can't pick between Paul's real heart to heart with the kid and us kind of a scared having a scared straight moment with the thug that tried to mug us. As my favorite. But tonight was definitely a great night. I loved it, you guys.
Thank you so much. John.
Yeah, I'm John, aka Endicarus, and you can find me on most social media under Endicarus, although I've kind of ditched Twitter. Um, but you can find me especially um, here every other Wednesday, playing Pole of Ammonfort, and yeah, it was a great time tonight having the split between the harsh battle scene with muggers who just kick ass muggers, um, and then lots of good chances for role playing. Um, I think my favorite moment, because it was a lot of deep stuff and dangerous stuff. I think the little bit of comic relief was my favorite moment when Tully got a little bit of what he usually does. He got what was coming to him from all these kids, so I like that a lot. Good Stella moment of role playing with herself.
Thank you. My favorite, just chaos into chaos. Thank you so much. And then we've got Zombie.
Hello, I am Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. Whatever your name to call me. I'm the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips. That's up to your own discretion. Today, I played Finn Coulson, Ranger Researcher. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of echo all the other sentiments. Tully stuff is always fun, regardless of who Tully plays off of. I do like that us as a group all try to just find the good in everybody or anything we come across. So we could have just easily been like, okay, this person doesn't seem to want to conform. They're being very about it. We'll just get rid of them. But no, all of us just kind of went together and went, there's something there. There's like a 2%, 3% I want to be good. There are good reasons. And all of us just kind of came together and went like, you have formulas and goals that you kind of want to do better by, even if you don't want to admit it to us because of a shield you're putting up or whatever the case might be. So I think that's, I think that was really fun. And then of course, was it Dodge? Yeah, Dodge and Pole's moment together too was just, I was sucked in that whole thing. And that was great. This crew is amazing, and I'm very glad to be part of this table. Because sometimes, I mean, it's just fun just to have the front row seat to all this. You can find me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89 or on Blue Sky. Either one. If you go there, there's a Google Doc sheet of different videos I've done, clips I've done, and edits and such. So if you or you know anyone else who's looking for it, or looking for work for video editing wise, I'm available. I'm looking to be always looking for work. So anything you can give me, go ahead and give me as well. Speaking of doing promo videos, I do promo videos for the other shows on this channel, which by the way, come give a follow, subscription, whatever you can do, especially on the YouTube for people who are watching here on YouTube, give a subscription. It takes one little click, ding the bell, boom, you're going to get all the cool excitement that you get on here. If you're not sick of my face, on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday, I get to play Leon Breeze, pro wrestler extraordinaire, yeah, and I get to come kick some butt, and we get to figure out what's been going on recently with maybe people sneaking in the town, maybe people not, who knows, and then we got Saltmarsh, you see, and I'm Alexander Thum. I got it right? I think so. Thum?
Strixhaven. Yeah.
Strixhaven. What did I say?
Said Saltmarsh.
Oh, son of a bitch. Strixhaven.
You said the last name right.
Hey, I'll take it. I always fuck up that one, so we'll take that one. Where I play Alexander Tomb, who's a fun little, wizard boy, and he just loves mysteries, wants to learn and figure out all of the deep mysteries. His goal in life is to solve one of the most unsolvable mysteries in the world, whatever that might be. So, You can see all this and more. Come join Stella's Discord and everything. Just come join, celebrate every.
Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry that it just came through, but thank you so much, Zombie, for the card draws for everybody. We'll make sure to incorporate these at the top of the game next time. But everyone gets a card draw, so please tell me when to stop, and we'll start with Zombie.
Oh, we're gonna start with me, okay? Let's stop about now.
Hey. Ooh, okay. We'll go to John. Tell me when to stop. Oh, okay.
That was good, man. I thought you were just completely missed her calling you.
Okay, good card so far. All right. Godfather Wraith.
Ready, steady, stop.
Okay. All right, Igneal.
Oh boy, alright. Is my luck gonna turn around this time? Alright. 1, 2, 3, stop.
Oh, okay. So far, all good cards. I get to draw one now. Okay. All right. The fates have been dealt. We will see what happens next time. So please join us on February 26th for the next episode of Secrets of Saltmarsh. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. Bye!